welcome back to my channel. In the attempt to actually be active, I thought maybe I should draw a drawing I did for a video around 6-ish years ago. It's so old that I don't even have the PNGs anymore, or even talk to that friend anymore. Since I just got the video, I took a screenshot and got straight to work. At first, I wanted to do a sketch, as close as possible to the original, kind of mapping the structure out. Recently, I've been trying to relearn art and wanted to try and enforce what I've learned here. So I created a line of action for the drawing and redrew things to kind of fit into that flow. Around this point, I realized I do actually know how to draw bodies, and I've been drawing female bodies for quite a long time, as that's the first type of bodies that I learned how to draw. So I kind of just went with the flow here and figured out what worked. Now moving into the traits of the character based off of my original drawing and the screenshot that I had at one point in the video. Since it has been 6 years, I thought maybe I'd age them up a bit more, make them feel more like an actual person, and I kind of did want to go for like the same bang idea that I had in the original photo, which was them kind of swaying upwards from the movement of the character, but I decided to kind of change it in like the way that it's shaped, and I'm glad I did that because I like these just a lot more. Now moving into the clothes, I kind of just wanted to add more layers and movement into the skirt and the fabric. I made it kind of too long, so I shortened it just to show off those lovely socks and ribbons going into those heeled boots. And now just adding in the extra loose fabric and sleeves for those in, and like figuring out how I want the hands and the overlapping. I do a lot of just like adding frills and whatnot just to make sure like it fits with the original idea I was going for, and just cleaning up a little bit. After that, I just merge everything because I kind of wanted a very like sketchy look for my liner, but I still wanted it to be pretty like clean so you know what everything is. So I'm just going over it again, making sure I have the details I want, like it being stuffed into like the top part of the skirt and everything being layered and the flowiness of everything. So just making sure that's all clear, and then I will be moving into the coloring. And then now I started moving on to the color. I wanted her to still kind of be that pale color that's in the original photo. I tried doing color dropping, but I thought it was just so jarring, especially because I tend to work on very like pink or indoor warm backgrounds, because I want to kind of bring that warmth in, but I still wanted her to be like considered pale. So I did go for a very light skin tone I could make without her being like exactly white, and I wanted there to be a type of warmth in her face with the blush, and then add in that very stark white hair, just because I want it to be such a big clash with the rest of the outfit since the outfit is so dark. But I was messing around with the layers and like turning on and off the background. I realized that white is actually a very light pink color, which is so interesting about color theory, but it works perfectly. It still gives that really bright, like almost pure white feel that actual pure white would not be able to accomplish for this photo, and I'm really glad I chose that. And then just after that, I switched to the dark transparent layer that Ibis Paint offers so that I could get a better read on what all of these colors actually look like together without the very pink background kind of holding it together. So I kind of added the purples and adjusted the colors for those, and then I really didn't like how long the knife handle seemed and just how much it was throwing me off, or like how much it was confusing me. So I ended up trimming that. And then I started moving into my shadows and highlights. I do a little trick for my line art that I found recently was because I like doing purple line art. I find out that if you put it on linear burn, it will actually adjust to the color that the line art is over, and it gives a very nice effect that I enjoy. So instead of putting a multiply layer under the line art, I actually decided to put it over the line art for this one because of the effect that I have the line art going for. Therefore, it will change colors as the multiply layer is being added and the opacity is being adjusted. And so now I'm just thinking about the way I want the light to kind of go. Originally started off with the bangs and just thinking about how I wanted that to flow and adjusting the shadows for the body accordingly. Obviously I struggled with what I wanted to do with the hair a little bit back there, but I think it turned out fine after I lowered the opacity and figured out what I wanted. And now I'm just using a lightening layer and going in with a like brownish orange that I had and giving those nice highlights that I think look really nice, and then just trying to match more with the background, but like actually drawing it myself instead of bringing in an image. I decided to add very similar colors that were in the background of the image that I added for the original photo and just kind of bootlegging my own version. I think it looks really nice, especially with the multiply layer that I added again over the bottom of the character, and then just highlighting the face to make her like give a focal point and kind of pop a bit more. I think it looks really nice and it works out really well. And I'm just adding my signature and some final touches, and then after staring at this for a while I realized I didn't really like the face shape, so I just went back with a liquify tool and finished it up. Now this is the finished product, and this is now the before and after of the same character. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me redrawing one of my first videos. If you enjoyed, please make sure to subscribe and ring the bell, as I promise to start making more content from now on.